Oh boy, it's
Is
my
that
time
true?
to shine. It's my time to shine.
Yeah!
It
Okay.
was the end of the day at school.
Wait, shit.
What?
Fuck. No, I have to read it.
Dun dun dun. You're gonna get to read
Okay.
what happens by the end of the night when somebody gets their first sex.
All
And then we
right.
find out how he puts the
Go
sex
ahead.
in her without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
It was
All
the end
right.
of day at school, and it was telling me that Sonic and Tails and Knuckles got back on the bus at the bus stop to board it all the way home from school. "We are on the bus now," said Tails. "No more classes." Tails was happy but sad because he is smart. Sonic and Tails sat down together, and Knuckles sat right in the middle of the aisle, which he usually did not do, but sometimes did when not everyone was on the bus. It looked like Espio and Rouge were not on the bus anymore because they were busy getting ready to go sex tonight now that they are boyfriend and girlfriend. Knuckles laid across the aisle even more stretched out than when he sat, because now the limits were the alpha. How can we help Espio?
Okay.
Said Sonic to Tails. Tails responded, "I don't know," and thought about it on the bus. The bus drove bumpy on the bumpful roads all the way home, and then they all got out at the bus stop that they normally got in the bus at, just like always. Sonic ran out of the bus, and Tails and Knuckles in order. "Time to go home," said Tails. "We are almost there." And they walked the rest of the way home. When they got home, it was dinner time, and Sonic was at a different home from Tails and Knuckles because they were all in different families, so they did not live together. And Sonic's mom made a dinner. Sonic's mom made Chinese food, and Sonic ate it, and there was a fortune cookie. And Sonic broke it open and ate the cookie part and kept the paper that was inside that held a magical fortune on it. Sonic looked at the fortune and read it to himself inside his head. "The path to glory begins at the base of your friend."
What?
What?
Is this true?
The path to glory begins at the base of your friend's penis. Said Sonic inside of his head, reading the fortune cookie paper, and he knew it was a good sign for what was about to happen tonight when Espio and Rouge went to sex. Then the phone ringed. Sonic ran to the phone and picked it up and said, "Hello," into it. It was Tails. "I have an idea," said Tails on the phone to Sonic, who was listening but not speaking. "I can give Espio my invisibility hat. That for the science competition, and he can use it to do sex for Rouge." Sonic smiled so wide like the King of Fire, finding out he burned down New York City with all his fire powers. Sonic and Tails went to Espio's house later, which is not too easy to walk to normally for most people, but Sonic is super fast, so he ran there and helped Tails get there too, seeing as Tails is not as fast as Sonic. They knocked on the house and Espio came out the door. "Here's my invisibility hat that you can use with Rouge tonight to make sex in. It makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear you when you are wearing the hat, or when someone who's wearing the hat wants you also to be impossible to see and also impossible to hear," screamed Tails, whose voice was a little hoarse from ordering food with a lunch lady whose hearing was lost in an earthquake in her childhood. Tails had to say the things she wanted so loud, and she would still say, "What?" And Tails wondered why she even had ears if she wasn't going to use them. Espio grabbed the invisibility hat from Tails' hand and said, "Cool, thanks," and kept going, so Sonic and Tails left and wished him luck from far away at their own homes. Back at home, Sonic thought that it would be good that Espio would get sex into Rouge, so then he could explain it to Sonic, and Sonic would know how to find Amy's sex spots even better, because otherwise he would have to read about it online, because all he knew about was kissing, which wasn't really sex, but it was probably kind of the same thing, and Sonic would just read about it online before talking about it anyways, and he would know the right words for the things then. Sonic sat on his chair that was in front of his Sonic computer, and he opened up Sonic Instant Messenger and messaged Amy, who was doing the same thing but at her home, and said, "Hey Amy, wanna finally become true boyfriend and girlfriend by reaching sex this weekend?" Sonic waited for a long time on his computer, and it seemed like Amy was not there because she did not respond to anything. Sonic played games online and beat all the final bosses because he was like an alien sent to Earth to destroy records set by others. Then finally Amy responded. What Amy said was, "No way!" Sonic was so shocked his brain must have felt like a total idiot. Yeah, fuck you, brain.
Poor Sonic.
It's time! It's time! Shine on, man.
Okay, fine, I guess.
I truly envy you.
Summary. Warning. Contains the worst sex scene ever written.
Awesome.
You don't say. That was the only one that has a summary. Espio walked into Rouge's house because it was time for their date together, and all Espio could think about was that they were about to make sex for the first time. Espio looked at the computer and read about what to do and what the right words were, so he would know how it works and how to say it, so no one would make fun of him. It was Rouge's house he was at now. It was in front of him. Espio knocked on Rouge's house door. "I hope she is home," said Espio, and she was. She opened the door just then. "Hello, I'm home," said Rouge, looking always sexy in her tiny baby bra and cool big boobs.
Some?
Is this true?
No.
Espio thought she looked like the hottest woman in the world that he could see from here.
Okay.
Where are you taking me on our date tonight?" whispered Rouge in a sex-filled voice.
Okay.
Espio had thought this one over on the way over so that he could say it right the first time and get her to do what he wanted. That's sex. Thanks, I didn't know.
Okay.
"Well," said Espio, "let me just put on this science hat and we will begin sex." Rouge looked shocked, but she probably was excited too. Espio could see that they both had...
What?
Espio could tell they both had an erection.
How?
"What?" said Rouge in a shocked way. "Right here?" Espio said, "Yes. This hat was made by Tails, specifically for our date. It means it makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear when I am hearing it, wearing it." Espio did a cool face at her because he was being smart and be cool and... Espio did a cool face at her because being smart can be cool too as long as you're not a nerd.
What?
Rouge said, "Okay, let's go inside," and gently grabbed Espio's hand. But he pulled it back, and she fell, causing him to fell, and they both together fell onto the grass, where they rolled around in it until they were about in the middle of Rouge's house's front lawn. So there was plenty of room around them for activities. On the front lawn?
It's time. We're so close.
"No," said Espio. "I want to make sex in you right here."
True.
And Espio put on the invisibility hat so no one could see or hear them, and a whole new world of possibilities were optioned to them so they could do sex in whatever way they wanted. And it was time to start sex right now.
It's here. You gotta do it.
Espio revealed his penis to Rouge, who looked at it. Rouge said "cool" and took out her vagina.
Awesome.
Espio's penis was really big from looking at Rouge. like when he did a champ, Like when he is in church and it's so boring, but you just get a boner anyway. Rouge's vagina looked like a surprised ghost. Espio's penis approached Rouge like a plane flying down at the airport. But instead of being full of businessmen, it was full of Espio's creamy Italian salad dressing.
True.
Here it comes! Cried Espio, ramming his mauve Avenger into Rouge's vagina spot. Rouge screamed sex noises, and Espio messed around with her boobs and face like she was the X-Men arcade game.
Espio did what?
Yeah, it's like she was the X-Men arcade game.
Next sentence, now.
Espio slapped.
Oh my god.
Espio slapped his big on. Espio slapped his big on. Espio slapped his big, awesome penis from side to side in her vagina like a hot dog with shit wiper, and Rouge was ripping grass from the lawn. Then Espio used his tail to flip her over. He can do this.
Awesome. I'm glad they clarified.
He can do this. And put his penis into her butt.
What?
He moved his penis in circles in her butthole like he was building a golf course and kicking out the back nut.
What?
Rouge was flapping her back wings like an idiot and not flying because Espio was holding onto her ass cheeks and pressing into them with his fingers and leaving marks that looked like it said wow. When combined with the spot where her butthole is, and that is what she felt because Espio seemed to be a sex professional.
Can confirm.
Hold on, I just need a break. I need to drink some water or something. My chest hurts.
We are in the final lap of this incredible chapter. Leaving marks that looked like it said wow. Broken.
Espio used his tail again to flip her over and did all-star sex things, like using his penis like a rolling pin on her face and plugging his penis into her belly button to see how far it would go, making a balls. Would swirling his balls and her balls. What?
What? Well, they were both erect, you see.
Dan, are these all-star sex things?
I can confirm, these are all-star sex things. I've plugged into a few belly buttons in my day.
Can you make a balls hurricane?
Yes,
swirling
absolutely.
Your two pairs of balls
Next
together?
time, when I come back to Jersey, I'll show you how to make a balls hurricane.
Finally, they both got so sexy that Espio's penis ejaculated and semen came out of it and landed on Rouge, who was lying there on the lawn. But no one could see them, so it was okay. Okay, the good thing it was okay. At that part, Espio screamed, "It's semen time!" And Rouge shouted, "Create a generation in me!" Espio ejaculated into her vagina, and that was what happened.
Glad they clarified.
Now that they were done doing sex, they put their penis and vagina and balls away. And Espio took off the invisibility hat, and it was like nothing ever happened. But they both know it did, because they were there for it. Bye-bye, said Espio, and Espio walked off her property and away to his house, and did the rest of things until school happened the next day.
Shit.
Wow.
We had front sex.
What an incredible...
That was an experience.
That was.
We had front sex, whispered Espio at the people at his lunch table. Espio was at school in the lunchroom, and also was Tails and Knuckles and Charmy Bee and Vector too. I ejaculated from my penis and into her body. Bet you haven't done that. They have not done that. Wow, cool! You're the coolest after Sonic, said Tails, who was right there, so he didn't have to shout. It was good not to shout, because this was supposed to be a secret. Tails did not hear the whole school talking about Espio's penis and balls like Sonic in Chapter 1, but in a different way. Parentheses, sex. Yeah, I can't do a Vector voice. Yeah, speaking of Sonic, where is that gay bag? Said Vector, who is the captain of the school's football team. Vector was good at this because he was big and strong and had sharp teeth under his mouth. Just kidding, said Vector. Sonic is cool. I don't know, said Tails to Vector. Where Sonic was somewhere else, trying to find Amy, who was not at lunch. Sonic was knocking on Amy's door at her house. Are you home? Said Sonic. Are you home? It was like Amy was not home because she was not opening the door. Sonic was worried about Amy because she was his only girlfriend, even if she denied his sex offer. So he ran into the door and bars it down like it was made of nothing, and Sonic was now in Amy's house. Amy's house was really pink because that was Amy's color. Sonic looked around Amy's house for Amy, but Sonic could not find anyone. Sonic finally went to Amy's bedroom and opened up the door. What Sonic saw next was what he did not expect. Amy was there tied up on her bed with a thing in her mouth so she could not talk. Sonic did a scream and ran over to Amy, who was looking at his with tears in her eyes. She looked sad and starved like African kids. Sonic united Amy and she sat up, untied, and she sat up and cried into Sonic's arms. It was awful, said Amy. He came into my room in the evening and tied me up on this bed and messed up the things in my room. Amy was right, her room looked messy. So get a maid, said Sonic, always thinking about a solution to problems. Who tied you up? Who was it? Be calm, Amy. Calm down and talk to me. Sonic patted Amy on the back to help her. It was Shadow. I saw him outside his house next door with a machine gun and a sword going in his house to kill his mom, and he saw me. He knew I saw him, so he tied me up like a brigand. Amy said all of this. Sonic was shocked that Amy said this to him. He remembered it. Now, in the other part, when Shadow said he was going to kill his mom, but no one thought about it more than once because Shadow was always a bad guy. But they didn't realize this Shadow was serious. Okay, was the name who also said that you would not have sex with me on Sonic Messenger? Said Sonic to Amy. Yes, I did not talk to you then, spoke Amy back to Sonic. So, how do you really feel about it? Asked Sonic, whose brain was now humming with sex ideas. Shit, I don't know, said Amy, still all worked up. Give me a day right now, let's get things right. So Sonic and Amy, that's fair. So Sonic and Amy went back to school where everyone else was besides them. Sonic and Amy saw Espio walking around between a lot of other people. Hey, here you are, said Espio to Sonic and Amy. I had sex with Rouge last night. Do not tell everyone, said Espio. Oh, that's right, you did, and I almost forgot, said Sonic. Hear that, Amy? And Amy was like, yep. You gotta tell me about it later, so... Oh, no. You gotta tell me about it later, so I know what to do with Amy, said Sonic and then turned around. Sonic heard a sound coming from down the hallway where someone was coming. It was a really fat guy that looked so huge to him. The fat guy got closer and closer until he could see who it was. And it was Rouge! Wow, you are so fat now, said Espio. What's that about? Rouge looked mad and surprised at Espio. Well, you got me pregnant, said Rouge. Oh my god! That's Sonic saying in his voice. She's pregnancy fat! This means she will have a baby. Amy was smiling for real at Rouge. That's so nice! I hope you have a great baby, said Amy. Sonic tried to be a good boyfriend and said, hope your baby is cool, and smiled. Espio looked more worried than everybody else. So, I'm gonna be your baby's dad? Said Espio, worried and excited both. Better believe it, fag boy. Oh no. Better believe it, fat boy, said a voice that sounded just like Shadow's.
Wow.
That was... Better believe
What a
it,
plot
fat
twist.
boy. I can't believe that she got pregnancy fat. You know the deal. I'm Shadow.
Right. Shadow! Sonic shouted. It was Shadow there,
Surprised to see me?
said Shadow.
We know what you did to your mother.
Screamed Amy like a crazy man.
It was.
Shadow cut her off. It did not let her finish saying the sentence.
You did not see anything. I am Shadow. I don't know how to commit crimes. You think I have not killed a person before? I have.
Shadow crossed his arms and sneered at Amy, looking at her.
But I saw you,
Said Amy.
You saw nothing. I stopped you.
Shadow said.
It doesn't matter. You were on your way inside your house to kill your mom,
Said Amy. Amy shook around because she was all nervous, and her smaller than Rouge's but still good boobs wiggling a little, and Sonic thought it was cool to see, and he wanted to support her.
I did not kill my mom. I was going into my house to protect her from Dr. Eggman.
Shadow said.
Ah, okay.
Said Sonic, and Sonic and Espio went to class, because it started, and they are still in high school's hallway.
He was trying to ship my Ultra Chaos Emerald shards to space so he can collect them in this egg space station.
Said Shadow to Amy in an explaining way.
Well, we gotta do something about him. I understand that you had a reason to tie me up, but do not kill your mother,
Responded Amy.
I was only kidding because the other guys were all being too important about themselves, and I do not think that is a good quality for high school students to be. High school students should be nice and caring and not talk about themselves like that at best, because that will only make us all assholes, which isn't even what we should be trying to be.
Shadow said to Amy, and she understood that he was being a good guy and had a reason for tying her up on a bed even if he had bad times when he was dark and did commit crimes in the cityscape.
That's true.
They both went to class in different directions, so the conversation ended. So Shadow is actually the best person in this story.
He is, yeah.
Later after school, Sonic went on Sonic Messenger and talked to Espio.
Hey Espio, how are you? Do you know what you're gonna do about being for... Do you know what you're gonna do about being for Rouge's baby? He said to the computer.
Listen, Sonic, this is hard for me to say, said Espio into the computer, which went across the internet to Sonic. I want to get Rouge to get abortion.
Well, listen, this is why you don't plug into people's belly buttons.
It's true. This is why you don't play with somebody's boobs and face like it's like the X-Men arcade game.
You can play with their face, but if you do both at the same time, like it's like it's the X-Men game,
The X-Men arcade
buddy,
game.
I've got bad news for you. They're gonna get pregnancy fat.
Sonic was upset because Rouge's baby would not survive it. In fact, Rouge's baby would die.
There has to be another way, Espio.
Said Sonic in Sonic Messenger. Messenger now, okay.
But if you really want to do it, it's okay because it's your decision.
Oh no.
Good, because I want you to help me. I'm going to go to Rouge tomorrow at school and deliver the abortion pill in one of her meals. You will help me by distracting her from me. Said Espio then.
Okay, see you later then. Or, okay, see you
He's
then.
immediately on
Said
board
Sonic.
with this idea.
The next day happened and Sonic was at lunch.
I won the science competition, but you didn't come, Sonic.
Said Tails in a sad, mad way.
I wanted you to come because I am such a good friend to you, but you did not. But I won anyway without you.
Tails was mad at Sonic, which did not usually happen because they were the best friends.
Wow, sorry, Tails. I was so busy I did not know.
Said Sonic, trying to make Tails happy again.
Kiss my ass, dick!
He said
Screamed
this.
Tails to Sonic and flew out of the room with his flying tails.
This is awful.
Said Sonic.
He is my best friend.
Sonic knew this was a big problem, but changed his mind to thinking about Rouge and Espio. And then went over to where Rouge was going to get the abortion pill from Espio. Vector was there too, which was weird because he was usually not.
Okay, Espio, are you ready?
Said Sonic to Espio. Espio shook his head yes.
Hey, Rouge. Hey, Rouge. How are you doing today? How was class? Do you have lots of homework? What are you eating for lunch?
Sonic said to Rouge to distract her from Espio. Looks like Sonic did it perfectly because while he was asking these things, Espio put the abortion pill in Rouge's salad. Rouge ate salads because she is thin. Rouge answered the questions, but no one was paying attention because they were now glad it was done.
Oh, what is this?
Said Rouge, suddenly looking at like a shocked woman. What is wrong? What is wrong? Asked Espio. He was worrying that Rouge found the abortion pill in her salad and was looking at it.
I think I am having my baby. Here it comes.
Rouge said this before she could even eat the abortion pill, so everyone knew the baby was coming for real. Oh no!
Oh no!
Said all of them together but Rouge. Rouge lied down on the ground, and they put a curtain around her so no one could really see what was going on because it was gonna be gross. They could see a baby start to come out of her butt, and it was crying a lot. Everyone wanted the baby to shut up already because they were just trying to have lunch, but now there's a baby coming out in the lunchroom at high school. Mrs. Lesson, who is also the school nurse, of course, said,
Get out of my way, kids. I have to help this baby get out of Rouge. Babies are too weak to do this by themselves.
Mrs. Lesson went behind the curtain and helped pull the baby out of Rouge's butt, and it was still crying. Can you believe it?
No.
Rouge was exhausted from her baby, but Mrs. Lesson was not. Mrs. Lesson held the baby in her hands while it was still crying and held it out to everyone.
Look at it.
Said Mrs. Lesson. Rouge's baby was red and had long hair and big white fists.
Well, Espio, find out who the father of this baby really is?
And will Goku ever get out of that damn Labubu?
Find out next time on Sonic Schoolhouse.